Very interesting, though, like just how even the kids were able to, I mean, and they're proficient at this.
Right, they're pretty
media.
proficient at a lot of things. They really had a good time at that camp, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, that's our next generation of cybersecurity experts.
Yes,
so
they are.
very, very interesting. So we talked a little bit about you know, what it looks like against businesses and small businesses as well as individuals. Are there any other stories that you could share with our audience that might impact them, or you know, bring this subject of social engineering home for them to make it real?
Well, when you mentioned some of those courses that I went to at Black Hat, one of them was taught by a gentleman who at the time worked for a pretty large international pen testing company. So pen testing, penetration testing is like a security test, right? You hire them and they try to find holes in your system, and you know, just like a security check of a building, right? They go around and make sure your doors are locked. This is in cyber. Right, so it was I believe he said it was a hedge fund type company, a pretty big company, and they had just gone through a big social engineering campaign where they spent a lot of money on teaching people how to avoid social engineering. So this guy was pretty smart. He was a hacker from a young kid, right? And so he went online and found a journal, like a web journal, and got all their credentials and crafted an email. And his thought was, I'll make it from a woman. I'll create a Gmail account or an email account from a woman, because people trust women more than men, just in general. And he put all the right logos and everything on it, found the PR people for this company and sent all three of them an email that said, attached is a spreadsheet. We talked to a disgruntled employee that just recently left, and it implicates the CEO in embezzlement and fraud. We're going to run this story on Friday. Would you like to comment?
Wow.
And when they clicked the link, he had a backdoor that basically sent his computer access, because you can do, it's called a reverse shell. So it allowed him direct access to their system. And he said they must have passed it around through email or through a thumb drive, because he was getting multiple requests. He had to spin up a couple of other servers to handle the requests to get into their system. From that point, he was able to pivot and get all the data that he wanted. And in fact, they said that they sent him an email a while later and said, we can't open this. There's something wrong with this attachment. They didn't even realize it. He said, oh, here's a PDF, which had malicious software in it as well. And so that was just, he said, yeah, so that's what he did. When he presented his stuff, the CEO was really upset. He spent a lot of money. The IT people were not happy with him for the way he did it. But that's what hackers will do. And this guy was actually a hacker before he went legit.
Yeah, wow. That is pretty extraordinary. And you know, thank goodness for people that have this knowledge, this savvy, this expertise, that are using it to help. Pen testing is great for just that reason, to show you the vulnerabilities, whether it's in systems or whether it's in people. And you know, around here we preach that everybody in the organization needs to be cyber savvy and know what's happening out there.
That's the weak link is us. Systems are, with AI and the different structures that they put on systems, they're hard to break directly. The weak link is getting through people.
Yeah, the weakest link in the chain. Yep.